lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to TV8's Good Morning Vail for this Sunday, July 24th edition. I'm your host, Maddie Evans, and we've got a really fun show in store for you as we're going to be covering a lot of cool things. We're going to be taking a look at an interview that we did earlier this week with Ty Stockton and a beautiful house that he has. And then we're going to introduce you to the company Weedsies. This is a great CBD and hemp company. And one of our colleagues over in Park City had a chance to catch up with the CEO and founder. And so we're going to chat with him in just a little bit. And then we're going to learn how to make a delicious shrimp salad by Tracy Miller, whose cooking is to die for incredible. So if you've not had it yet, well, we're going to show you how to make it at home. We've got some great national holidays to celebrate today, as it is National Cousins Day, National Drive-In Movie Day, and then it is National Tell an Old Joke Day. So if you know a joke that's been circling in your family for quite some time, today is a great day to share that joke with the world, because it's a day to celebrate that. We're going to take a look at that local weather forecast, and we're going to give you some great information on things that you can do here in our community. It is Sunday, so the Vail Farmers Market is taking place today, which is a ton of fun. So make sure that you get out there and you check that out. Now let's take a look at that local weather forecast. We always have so many great guests that come into the studio and chat with us, and one of them is Ty Stockton, a great real estate agent here who has so many beautiful properties that if you're looking for your dream home, this is the place to look, because he just brought us one on Ptarmigan Road that is absolutely stunning, to die for, incredible, and you want to get your hands on it. And right now, it is the time to buy some of these absolutely breathtaking homes. So let's take a look.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We have an exciting show for the rest of the time here. We always talk about everything epic in the Valley. We talk about lifestyles. We talk about a lot of things going on. And I am lucky enough to be back on the couch with Mr. Ty Stockton from Compass Realty. Now, Ty, you guys were formed, what, 2014?
Well, so my team was formed, the Stockton Group, 2014. Right. And then we launched Compass about a year and a half ago in Vail. It's an amazingly dynamic company with a wonderful technology platform that serves us so we can serve our clients better. And we have a brand new office we just opened up in the Solaris Promenade, Plaza, just in February. So it's an exciting time.
And I was playing around on your website looking at some things, and I'm sure this number has changed, but it showed $1.1 billion in sales your team has done.
Yeah, that's right. 1.1 billion, and my career sales are approaching $2.5 billion in sales.
Oh my gosh!
So we've been busy guys.
And I saw a house for $57 million you guys sold.
Yeah, that's incredible. And the nicest family. They bought this house. They're up here now. They have 4 wonderful little kids, and they are just soaking up the lifestyle. It's everything we always talk about. People people don't think about buying a house here if they don't first fall in love with the lifestyle. You know, they
Right.
just can't get enough of
Yeah.
all the different winter and summer activities. So.
Yeah, it's seasonal. It used to be, they'd always say you come for the winters, you stay for the summers, but it's like every season has its own nuance to it that just keeps you here because it's absolutely so beautiful. There's always something going on. And the house that you've got that we're going to start off with, because it's a 2 for Tuesday day, today was Ty, is the 998 Ptarmigan Road.
Well, you know why we did that, right? Is that last year, everybody's like, there's no inventory, there's no houses, we have
right.
nothing to buy.
Yep.
And we have the most amazing collection of homes. So, when we reached out, I said, can we do 2 today? Because I have 2 amazing homes I want to talk about. And that's what we're going to do. And 998 Ptarmigan Road is a great way to kick it off because this is in that neighborhood, the Vail Golf Course area, that people love to have. If they want to be a little bit removed from town and the hustle and bustle, they want to go here. And Ptarmigan Road is on the western edge of the golf course, so it puts you right into town. I mean, you can walk to town, you can ride a bike into town. And this is a ranch-style home, which is kind of unique for Vail. It's on a flat lot, unlike a lot of homes that are up on a steep hill. So if you don't want to navigate stairs and such, this is that home for you. It really has a nice sprawl. And I love the images on the video we're showing now because it's a little bit old world, with the reclaimed beams and the rustic siding on the inside. And this house was built in 1967. So, that's 5 years after Vail's official launch.
Right.
So it's somewhat iconic. And, we haven't been able to confirm whether President Ford owned the house, but he occupied the house for a period of time. And there's a fun little area where there's still a kind of a sealed off but secret passageway for an exit from Secret Service. So it has a little bit, not many Vail houses have much history like that. So that's really fun.
No, that's a beautiful home. And I always think, from a multi-generational standpoint, if you had an entire family that wanted, or a trust to go in on something, this would be that perfect home because I'm thinking of my parents and their age, and the stairs may be a problem. And that's rare to find a ranch over in that area where there's a master on that main level.
Master on the main level, big expansive deck off the back. So if it's just, let's say the parents, and they're the only ones in town, I like to say a house sometimes can contract and it really works great for just a couple. But when you have friends or extended family show up, you have 6 additional bedrooms downstairs and a big game room. So, everybody has their room to sort of spread out. Some really kind of fun, almost whimsical bunk rooms in there that all the kids love to get in there and play and talk about, what a great day they had. So it's a really unique home.
It's a house for exploring. We talked about, maybe multi-generational or trust. How about co-ownership? How does that work? Have you done any of those?
So we've done a couple of things with Picasso, which is a co-ownership company in town, and sometimes people, whether it's 2 or 3 families or multi-generational families, sometimes they will buy a house together and they'll say, let's make sure that we use the house a lot, and the best way to do that is kind of break it up into pieces for people. And so a lot of people do that to really capitalize on, all, as you mentioned, all the great seasons we have. I mean, the other season that is kind of the last, most undiscovered one is the fall still, and everybody with the pandemic that we're here, they're like, oh my God, the colors and everything is so beautiful. So, it makes a lot of sense for people to want to spend more and more time in these amazing homes.
Yeah. And now one thing I want to go over about you and your group, houses of this magnitude, houses with this price tag, people don't trust them to just any real estate company. And it's really difficult for me to call you a realtor because you're more of a lifestyle management person. You get people, you find the right buyer for these beautiful pieces of property that people entrust you into selling and promoting. And that's got to be, bestowed upon you. That's a great privilege.
Well, it is. It's fun. Our approach to the business through some trial and error over years is to really put a greater emphasis on that lifestyle. You've heard me talk about in the past where I view the home purchase approach is sort of like a funnel, and the top of the funnel is where all the lifestyle happens. That's where you're golfing or fishing or hiking or Jeep tours or skiing in the winter or snowmobiling, those sort of things. And when you start to consume all that, you realize this is a place we want to spend more time. So we really, through our marketing efforts, we really try to bring in the lifestyle piece and help people understand that. And why would you buy a house in a certain neighborhood? So we have a lot of fun with it. We sometimes say we're a marketing company that sells real estate.
Right.
We think about it differently. It's not a mechanical process like it would be in maybe Dallas or Miami or Chicago, where that's your permanent residence. We really want to try to make these homes come alive and help people understand whether they want to be in Red Sky Ranch or Mountain Star or Beaver Creek or Vail. We have a really good feel for what these different neighborhoods offer, and we do talk about it as it relates to lifestyle. And we feel very honored to be able to represent these homes. I mean, we represent some of the finest homes in the Valley, and lucky us, because we get to spend time in them and talk to people about them and hear stories about the sellers and all the great memories they have, and try to pass those on to the new buyer. So it's a great job. It's really a lot of fun.
All right, Ty, well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to move a little bit west. You talked about Red Sky. We're going to talk about a property over there at 300 Aspen Bluff here after this short break. So we'll be right back, and we're going to see another beautiful property.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
We have a great sister station over in Park City, and Christine, the host over there, got the chance to sit down with this company called Weedsies. And Weedsies is an online marketplace where you can buy and sell CBD, hemp, and cannabis, which is a really cool outlet. And she had the chance to sit down with him. He is the owner and a founder, and chat all about how he came up with this idea and how he brought this vision to life. So let's take a look.
Welcome back. Right now we are joined by Henry Collex, CEO, entrepreneur, joining us from Florida today. Henry, how are you? Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Christine. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
We're excited to meet you and learn about everything that you're doing. So where can we start? When someone first meets you, whether it's at a business presentation or at a casual meeting, how do you quickly introduce yourself and what you do now?
Thank you for asking. Yeah, so people usually just ask, what do you do? So I just reply, I created Weedsies.com. It's an online marketplace for cannabis, for actually hemp, CBD, and recreational cannabis.
And what led to you creating this? It's a big endeavor and many different obstacles I can't even imagine. So when this first started, how did you originally get this idea?
So it was back in 2017 when they were just talking about legalizing medical cannabis in Florida. And talking with some friends, Weedsies came out as a joke, really. And I quickly bought the domain and GoDaddy.com for $11.99. And I just let it sit there for a couple months. Then I went to check on it, and GoDaddy said that it was worth about $1,200. And I even thought of should I sell it? And so I started doing more research on the industry, and I noticed that different states had different laws. The industry was very scattered. CBD was also starting to be very popular and was growing in the States. And so I wanted to unite everything, and what better way than to do it with technology and incorporating all three sectors of the industry, CBD, hemp, and cannabis, all under one roof with a online marketplace.
So what are some issues with uniting this? It makes a lot of sense to be able to have it all in one place, but at the same time, I'm sure you have obstacles with legality issues. How do you manage that?
That's a very good question. One of the first hurdles and the main thing that we noticed was separating state lines. So the difference with Weedsies and any other online marketplace out there is that we're able to separate state lines and comply with federal and state regulations. So for example, in two recreational states like Colorado and California. They're both recreationals, but whatever products a dispensary may upload in Colorado will not show up, not even visibly, in California, and vice versa. So that was one of the main things that we focused on, is complying with both state and federal regulations.
So Henry, you've had to build and create from the ground up a very well qualified team to be able to do all of this. How did you do that?
It took me about 3 years to build the online marketplace. I did it myself. I started it in teaching myself how to code as well, and then just I actually outsourced law teams and spent a lot of money on counsel and advice and from legal teams, and then was able to implement that into the marketplace. And so we protect both consumers and the vendors. Consumers have to get verified, age verified, by in order to purchase on Wheaties, and also the vendors have to submit their licensing, their products, certificates of analysis. So we're thinking on protecting everyone that is having an experience in Wheaties.
Henry, how did the pandemic affect what you're doing and affect your company? I feel like it changed it in some very large, pronounced ways.
Yes, the pandemic actually helped put Wheaties on the map, really. I had been building it, as I said, since 2017, but I only launched it on April 20th of 2020. So it was the middle of the pandemic, and it was at a time when CBD shops and dispensaries were being told to shut down and close doors because we were going into a lockdown. During those couple of months, people started looking for other ways to sell their products, and that's how Wheaties was starting to be found. And we started to sign on vendors that way. And then a little bit after that, the government realized that dispensaries and CBD shops were an essential business, and they were able to open doors again. But Wheaties was already growing with vendors, and it really helped us a lot.
And when you look back on your career, you started out in the dry cleaning business. Explain that, and does that have any relation to what you're doing now?
No, it's actually the first job that I got out of high school while I was going to college. Then after college, I started a grants consulting company, and it was to help nonprofit organizations become nonprofit through the IRS, create program development, and get funding from the government and subsidiaries. But it was the wrong timing because it was 2008, 2009, where there was a recession. So I had to close that business and went back to what I knew, which was the first job I got out of high school, which was dry cleaning. And I was vice president of retail operations at a high-end dry cleaners here in South Florida. And what I did was started building an online training platform for them, and that led me to building Wheaties, because I said, well, it really helped me to create a foundation on like coding and building an online platform, and that's what segued me into building a Wheaties.com.
So despite the fact that these different industries seem quite unrelated, from dry cleaning to grants consulting to Wheaties, you've really gained important experience along the way to build what you have right now.
Absolutely. The grants consulting business really helped me understand how processes and procedures work with relation to the government and relations to building contracts and building networks and communities. And so, also the dry cleaning, how to tend to customers, how to, implement customer service. So one of the things that I implement out of those two experiences into Wheaties is, connecting businesses to consumers and providing excellent customer service with Wheaties.
And Henry, as you look back at creating Wheaties from the ground up, what is one lesson, or maybe the most important thing that you've learned about yourself in this process?
it really taught me getting things done beats getting things perfect. Perfection can be the enemy of better, because if you just get it done, you can perfect it along the way. You can grow with it. You can get feedback. Rather, if you're saying, I want to get it just right, I want to get it just perfect before launching, launching may never come.
So very well said. Henry, where can we find more information about you and everything that you're involved in?
You can visit us, Wheaties.com, at Wheaties on all social media, Henry Calix on LinkedIn, and Henry.Calix on Instagram.
Well, Henry, thank you so much for joining us today from Miami. Really enjoyed meeting you, learning about your career path, what you're doing now, some of the obstacles you faced, and much more. We'll be back with more right after this.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We talk a lot, whether it's talking about being on the roadways or out there on the trails and having fun, just to be safe and take care of yourself. Well, I'm here with Sergeant Chris Botkins from the Vail Police Department to kind of go over some things that are going on and some tips when you're out there.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, you are so involved in the community. You and the Vail Police Department get out there and do things and interact with everyone in the community. I know we talk about during the holiday season, shop with a cop, but you've got some community outreach programs now going on.
Yeah, we've got some big events coming up. It's kind of the peak of that summer event season. We kind of kicked it off yesterday. We had our first Town of Vail community picnic out at Bighorn Park out in East Vail. Nice. Great turnout. A couple hundred people showed up. It was a great day out there to interact with everybody. And if you missed that one, we've got another one coming up on August 9th at Donovan Pavilion from 11:30 to 1. So come on out there, enjoy some lunch. Tons of different town departments. Obviously, the police department will be out there, but fire department will be out there talking about wildfire safety and mitigation, short-term rentals, noxious weeds, all the different soul power events coming up. So it'll be a great event coming up.
That's neat to get out there and interact with the community. I know everybody appreciates it. They always have fun. And now open houses and things like that you've got going on?
Yeah, a couple big ones also. First couple weeks of August, we have National Night Out coming up. And then that is obviously a national event, happens throughout the country on the first Tuesday in August. That'll be August 2nd this year. Our event in Vail is going to be at Station 3 out in West Vail, the fire department there, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. So we'll have all different activities out there. We'll have our mobile communications unit, and of course, most importantly, a bouncy house, hot dogs and hamburgers and all that kind of stuff.
That is the most important part. You gotta get the bouncy house and hot
Exactly.
dogs. You know, check out the community center and everything, but get into the bouncy house, get a hot dog. And
That's it. And those events are happening throughout the county too. Avon's holding 3 different locations. Eagle County is down in Edwards, Eagle, Gypsum, Basalt. So all around the same time frame on the same night. So whatever community you live in right there, there's going to be one available for you.
Nice. Now, one thing I really enjoy seeing is the cohesiveness of all the police departments. You've got Vail, obviously, Avon, Gypsum. We were talking earlier about I was out for Gypsum Days, and I saw a lot of the officers over there kind of helping out. It's kind of neat to see that synergy happen between all the departments.
Yeah, with all these big events, you know, we utilize it in Vail for all our large events. We always try to incorporate different agencies in there because simply we don't have the staffing to get all the officers there that we need to make the event safe, and vice versa down for Gypsum Days and the Avon fireworks or drone show, those kind of things. We all work interdispersed. So
yeah, and then with the fire department too, you know, the community outreach programs with the open house and all that kind of stuff. So the National Night Out's a big one,
Yep.
and that draws everybody together. Now, I was talking earlier when we were doing the road report about some safety out on the roads as people are out there. What other tips do you have?
You know, the name of the game this time of year with all the construction going on, and you know, it's a big inconvenience out there, but it's patience.
Right.
You know, have patience. Not everybody knows the rules of the road. When you're dealing with roundabouts and things like that, not everybody's used to those. Is just be patient, drive defensively, keep your head on a swivel, so to speak, so you know what's going on around you. And drive as predictably as possible.
Right.
Try to, not make any sudden turns or stuff like that, and expect everybody else to make those sudden turns.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I hate to say the word profile, but I do this a lot as I'm driving around. You see license plates, and if you see somebody from out of state, I don't want to mention any states in particular, but a lot of them don't know how to navigate in and out of a roundabout. So you do have to be very patient, drive defensively,
Yeah.
and keep your eyes on the road and off your phone.
Exactly. We were talking earlier, sometimes it's difficult for us as law enforcement to tell the difference between somebody who's driving while intoxicated or somebody who's just messing around on their phone looking
Right.
for directions or something like that. So yeah, stay off the phones and keep your eyes on the road.
Yeah, impaired drivers and drivers just on their phones, they kind of drive in that same weaving motion.
Yes, just not paying attention. Yeah.
Now, how about wildlife? We've had a lot of rainfall, a lot of things different this year. How's the wildlife situation been?
The wildlife, at least in Vail, has been very good this year. Because of the rain, like you said, those berry crops and all the different plants that the bears normally eat are keeping them up out of town to a certain extent. In addition to that, we've taken a little bit more harsh stance on our enforcement for dawn to dusk or animals entering your trash cans, leaving them out when you're not supposed to, things like that.
Right.
If you've received a warning before, more than likely you're going to get a citation or a summons this time. So that's helped a little bit in educating the public, a little bit more enforcement
Right.
education. So, but it's been very good this year.
Nice. Well, I can't thank you enough for all you do, Sergeant. You're out there keeping us safe, and the entire Vail Police Department, Avon Police Department, and Gypsum Police Department, again, working hand in hand to make sure these events are safe and controlled. And again, everything you guys do, we greatly appreciate.
Absolutely.
All
Glad to
right.
do it.
Well, be safe out there on the roads, and we'll be back in a moment with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit hungry first thing this morning, and there's some great recipes that we show you how to make Monday through Thursday at 8 a.m. with Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller, and she makes some absolutely incredible meals. And so you can do it at home because she takes you through on all of the prep work for everything. And so we're going to show you how to make this really delicious shrimp salad that she has made so well, and it is amazing. I got to try it, and you want to make this. It's a perfect summer refreshing light salad, so let's take a look.
Welcome back to Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller. I am Tracy. Thanks for joining us here today. We're talking all about shrimp, how healthy and how easy it is to cook. So I have a farm shrimp, and I have a wild caught shrimp. So when you're getting ready to cook it, you kind of want to pat it dry. People are always amazed when I tell them this, but like even if I have a piece of fish or something, I will just gently squeeze it after it thaws out when it's frozen to get some of that excess water. Because if you're going to put it in your pan and you're going to try to get a sear on it, then you're not going to get rid of that excess water. It's going to kind of fill up in your pan and boil your shrimp, which is not what we are after. So just pat it dry a little bit with a paper towel, real gently too. You don't want to like manhandle those little tiny crustaceans. It's not going to taste as good. So real easy to peel. You just pull the tail off, flip it over, take the legs, and they should come off nice and easy. When you're working with the farmed fish, a lot of times they just have the tails on there, so you just pull those off really quickly. So season it generously with salt and pepper, and then a nice little ingredient that you can put on there, just a tiny, tiny bit of sugar. Why do we do that? It's just going to bring out the natural sweetness of the shrimp. And when we put it in the pan, it's going to help to caramelize a little. And literally, shrimp take about 5 minutes to cook. These are already pink shrimp, so we're not going to see them change a color, but a lot of times when they're a grayish color when they start, they just turn pink right away. So here we are. We're going to have those cook. I do have my salad started. This salad has cucumbers, sliced cucumbers, and peaches. If it's a really fresh peach, all you do is take a cut and go right around that. This is called the stone fruit. The seed is in the middle, and you should be able to turn it and open it up like that. That is the easiest way and the nicest way to open up a fresh peach. A lot of times the juice will be squeezing all over you, but not today because, like I said, it's not quite as ripe as it should be. All right, we're just gonna slice these up really thin. Can you hear that shrimp cooking? It smells good already. Just a little bit of simple seasoning. I have my cucumbers, so I'm just gonna put my peaches down. And as the shrimp are starting to cook, you'll see that their tails are turning a little bit, and then you just want to flip them over. This is literally going to take about 1 more minute. And the key to cooking any seafood and shrimp is don't overcook it. So right about this point, I'm actually just going to turn the heat off and let them cook that side right now real easily. So turn the heat off. They're already kind of firm to the touch. They've got a little caramelization. They're looking good. And now let's make a vinaigrette. We're gonna go a little bit of olive oil, equal parts olive oil, orange juice. Orange juice is one of my favorite ingredients when I am making vinaigrettes because it's low in calorie, it gives it that nice flavor, and it's juicy and has that citrus. So you can use that quite often. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of cinnamon. I'm actually gonna get this one out right now because I need a spoon for cinnamon because if you overdo it, you're gonna be in trouble. So we're gonna use about a teaspoon of cinnamon and almost a teaspoon of cumin. We're gonna go a little bit less on the cumin because it's so strong. We're gonna do those two right in there. And when you're working with dried herbs like this, you really want to let them sit in the juices for a little bit. So you wanna make this and then let it sit. Not for a long time, but you do wanna let it sit for a little bit. See, now shake it up. Okay, it's an interesting color. And that cinnamon is going to be dry right now. So the longer we let it sit right here, and I don't mean like days or anything like that. I mean, you can just let it sit for like a half hour or so. The longer we let it sit, the better it's going to taste. So let me get this out of the way and bring our salad in. The shrimp is looking good. I am going to plate this up and put our vinaigrette on. When we come back, we'll show you the finished product here, and then we'll get going with our farmed shrimp and make a delicious, creamy shrimp salad. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller. I am Tracy. Thanks for joining us here today. We're talking all about shrimp, how healthy and how easy it is to cook. We are just going to cut these into little pieces. Actually, a lot of times when I'm making the shrimp salad, I will put it in my food processor, but I didn't want to lug the food processor in here today. So we're just going to slice the shrimp up, kind of nice and easy. If you put it in a little row, put them all together. My whole family's from Florida, so they actually have shrimp nets like right outside on their docks, and we eat the freshest shrimp you can possibly imagine. Mayport shrimp in Florida is delicious. Really, if you can get any shrimp from the Texas, the Gulf of Mexico, or Florida, you're gonna be in pretty good shape with that flavor. And again, just don't overcook it, and you'll be tasting it and enjoying it. Okay, so here we go. We have our shrimp cut up into small pieces for the shrimp salad. And this one, sorry, I'm gonna add a few calories to this because it's gonna be nice and creamy. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a mixture of sour cream and mayonnaise. Now, I'm a huge mayonnaise fan. I love eggs, I love mayonnaise, but mayonnaise alone sometimes when you're making a salad like that, it's just a little too strong. So I like to mix mine with a little bit of sour cream. I actually do a half and half, 50% sour cream, 50% mayonnaise. Tons of salt and pepper. Either use dill or use tarragon, and if you're ever cooking lobster, tarragon is really, really good. It has all these little like leaves like this, and all you do is pull the leaves right off of the stems, and then we're gonna chop them up. It's super easy, super fragrant, and it kind of has like a licorice type of flavor to it. So we're just gonna take those right off. Actually, I just do it that way. Take them off that way. You can really put any herbs you want in here. If you would prefer, you know, parsley or something like that, you can do that. Really making something that turns out to be in your recipe repertoire all the time. All right, super simple. Cut up cooked shrimp. We have tarragon, salt and pepper, mayonnaise, and sour cream. We're just gonna kind of fold it all together and make ourselves this nice creamy salad. This is so good. I eat this just by itself, and I do a lot of this in like little individual cups, and people love it. And you can either eat it by itself, you can eat it on a salad, you can eat it with crackers or crudité if you wanted to, or you can put it in a wrap and take it out on a picnic. One of the things though about wrapping up creamy dishes, there's a little trick, especially if you want to take it out on your picnic. So right now, we're just gonna put it on our bed of lettuce. This would be a nice little light lunch for you, packed with protein and vitamins and minerals, nice and light and delicious with a little bit of creaminess. I'm gonna put a little more salt and pepper right on there, especially pepper. And then when we return, I will show you how to wrap that in a tortilla. So if you want a sandwich, if you're going on a hike or something, hitting the lake or the river, we're gonna wrap that. I'm gonna give you a few tips on how to make those wraps still taste good and not get too soggy if you're going on a picnic. Welcome back to Colorful Cooking. I'm Tracy Miller. Thanks for joining us here today. We are talking about shrimp, and we just made a shrimp salad with a creamy mayonnaise sour cream base, and we used tarragon today, which is actually delicious. I was crying a little bit because I didn't have the dill that I usually like to use with my shrimp salad. Have to compromise when you're using fresh ingredients, and that tarragon, it tastes really good. So start with some lettuce, and make sure your lettuce is dry. Like I've been telling you, kind of all day here, is dry things off, because all of that moisture is going to make your wrap mushy, and it's going to make your shrimp boil when you're putting it in the pan. So I have the shrimp salad here. I'm just going to put that down right on top, and I'm going to take a little bit of the mayonnaise base and kind of make like a little bit of glue to seal it closed. I love making wraps. I don't know why, I just really like rolling things. So take it like that. Pull it all out your way, move your fingers around so that you know that like you're gonna get a good bite on every sandwich, and then just roll that baby up. That glue right there is gonna seal it closed. And then I like to cut it in half. And when I'm making wraps and I'm getting ready to go on a picnic, or usually I'm getting ready to cater or go on a gig or something like that, what I do is I just put the wrap in the fridge uncovered until I'm ready to wrap it up. Because if you wrap it up in cellophane, what's gonna happen is it's gonna get all mushy. And since we have a creamy base, you want some mayonnaise on your sandwich, when you're making wraps, you wanna have a layer. You wanna have that lettuce layer to protect the mayonnaise on the inside and the wrap. Seems simple, but you can really kind of make a mushy sandwich if you're having it wrapped up for a little while. So we've got the two salads today. For the shrimp salad with peaches and cucumbers, and that's in a cumin cinnamon vinaigrette. And then we will also have the recipe here for you with the shrimp salad, which I'm gonna say you're probably gonna like a lot. Thanks for joining me here on Colorful Cooking today. Eat shrimp, it's low in calories, high in protein, and really good for you.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Craft Corner. I'm Madeline Napier, and I'm here with Stephanie Jacobson, the kitchen director at Seuss Cookies.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for being here. I'm so excited. Just looking at this gets me very excited.
Good.
Okay, so tell me about what we're doing today.
So today I'm going to show you some of our cookies that we decorate at Seuss, and I'm going to have you help me decorate some.
Okay, I'm so excited. So tell me Where to start?
Okay, so we're gonna decorate this one first. This is our marshmallow crunch. It's like
Okay.
a chocolate chip cookie base, and we put on marshmallow and then more Crispies, and then chocolate and M&Ms. So I'll show you how to decorate, and then you do one.
Okay, awesome. Yeah,
perfect.
go for it.
Awesome. So this is just some of our marshmallow,
Perfect.
and you're gonna put it right on top.
Beautiful. This one looks so good.
It's so good.
I was watching her set up for this one, and I was so excited for it.
It's definitely a favorite.
And I'm glad you're showing me before because
it's a little messy.
I'm obviously not a professional, so yours are gonna look way nicer than
Oh,
mine.
you're gonna be great. And then you're just gonna drizzle on some chocolate. This is
Okay,
one of the,
perfect.
like, kids love this one.
I can see why. I
Right?
mean, I must be a kid because I can't wait.
No, and it's okay to get messy. That's the fun one about this one is
No, that's
it
great,
doesn't
yeah.
have to be pretty.
No, I feel like this one's better for me to start with because
We'll ease into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
go
have
ahead. Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
finished ones right here. No, you're
Yeah.
totally good. So
Yeah.
I can see what I'm shooting for. Okay, and then while I do this, could you just tell me about like what you do at Seuss
Yeah,
Cookies?
so,
What your role is like?
I'm the kitchen director there. I've been there for about 5 years, or since we kind of opened. We do a lot of shipping, so you can go online to SeussCookieCo.com and order. We do subscriptions, or they make perfect gifts for people. If you don't know what to get somebody, get them something sweet, you know.
No, really, that's
And people love it. So you can go online and order, or come to our retail store, and if you're ever in Midway, stop in and say hey.
Yeah, no, I love like this just looks really great.
Right.
Like, I had never heard of the company, but now
yeah.
I'm very intrigued. So can you tell me
Yeah.
about like what you do specifically at Seuss? What your job is like?
So I manage there, and also I develop a lot of the recipes. So we originally started out with like a core of like 8 recipes, and I think in our recipe book we're up to 90 to 100 already.
Wow.
Yeah, we do
That's
different
crazy.
cookies of the month. We do fun different flavors, and we have like our normal that we have all the time, but then we do like a fun cookie of the month. So we like do like testing days, and we do like, you know, what wacky flavor are we gonna come up with, and so we'll just try to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, no, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
No,
did my
this is-
best.
oh, it's great.
I went a little crazy with the chocolate, but I love chocolate.
doesn't love
so-
chocolate, right?
It's customized.
Exactly.
Okay, where do we go next?
Okay, let's do, have you ever piped anything before?
I've tried,
Okay.
but it's never looked like that.
Oh, well, it's just practice. So,
Okay.
this is our sugar cookie. This is so good. People love this one. We actually put a little bit of cake batter in the frosting, so it tastes like a birthday cake. It's so good.
That's such a good
So
idea.
you can either hold it with your hand, or you can set it down, and you just want to go like a circle.
That's such a perfect circle.
I've done 100 of these.
It's showing because mine is going to be more of an oval for
You know
sure.
what? It's totally good. We're gonna eat them after.
Okay. So I hold it and
Yep.
then I.
If you're right-handed.
Oh no.
Got
okay.
it? You got this.
I need
Here,
to
you
readjust.
can set it down.
I'll
You can
set it down. I'll set it down.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah. No. Clearly, I'm not a professional. So like, nobody take
You're
notes
gonna be a
from
pro
me.
after this.
Yeah. And don't worry. No one is eating these cookies. So
We're gonna eat them after.
Well, us,
they'll be for us. So you
Okay.
put as much of it on there as you want.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. My piping skills are really showing right now.
It looks great.
Yeah, I'm getting hired after this.
Yep.
For sure. And then okay, so back to those like cookies of the month.
Yeah.
Do you come up with those flavors?
I do. So it's kind of a fun day when we're doing testing. So I'll go in and make a list of some new flavors that maybe we want to try, and I'll just say, okay, how can I make this happen? It's gonna be fun. You're gonna. And so we'll say, oh, we've never made. I don't know. Right now we're making a German chocolate cookie. It's really,
okay,
really
yeah.
delicious. Or say, oh, I've got like a bubblegum one coming up. So I'm like, oh, let's try to figure out how to make this and make it taste good.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like such a
that's
fun
like
part of the
the
job.
fun part of my job.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what's your cookie of the month right now?
So right now we have a root beer float, and it's a brand new one we just came out with. It's so good. It's raspberry cheesecake.
That sounds
It's
so
delicious.
Good. That sounds
It's
amazing.
so good, yeah.
Okay, wow.
Awesome.
All right, so this was embarrassing, so we're gonna move on. What's the next one?
So our next one is our Coconut Joy. It's like an Almond Joy candy bar, so but cookie form. So I'm just gonna actually set this to the side here. This one is super easy. So you're just gonna grab the cookie, dip it right into the chocolate.
Amazing.
Kind of shake off the excess there. And
Beautiful.
then
Okay.
we're just gonna take a little bit of our coconut just to decorate it on top. Yeah, just like that. You got it.
Yeah, no, that one, I can handle this. Okay. Do you have like a favorite like flavor you've ever made? Probably a difficult question.
Well, it's so funny because everybody asks, do you still eat them? I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely.
I would. I would if I were
If
you.
they're there, I'm eating them.
Oh yeah.
I love our lemon. It's my most favorite.
Oh.
Peanut butter is so really good. But we do have like, people go crazy for that root beer float one. And they
Yeah.
ask for it all year long.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like, we only do those certain, flavors each month. So that one people ask for. We have a pumpkin Nutella that we do in the fall that people love. But right now it's those summer flavors, like the lighter, fruitier
Yeah.
flavors, so yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's crazy. I would never expect a root beer float.
I know.
cookie. That's so unexpected.
It's so fun to like watch somebody's face as they bite into it and they're like,
Oh, I bet.
oh my gosh, this really does taste like a root beer float.
yeah, I can't even imagine what that's like.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Okay, well these look great.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them look better than others.
You did great.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for showing me how to make these.
Yeah.
This was so fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just let us know one more time where we can get your cookies.
Yeah, you can go online, SeussCookieCo.com. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for
Thanks.
coming,
Yeah.
and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks so much, Madeline, for those great cookie decorating tips and tricks. Now, I definitely won't get my arm nice and covered in icing, and I can use all of the help I can get when it comes to doing anything with frosting and piping bags, only because I just make a mess every single time, and then I'm really sad that I have to clean up this gigantic mess that I've made. Thank all of you for tuning in to the Sunday edition of Good Morning Vail. Make sure that you tune in again tomorrow. We've got a great show in store for you, and we'll be live from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., and we can't wait to wake up and spend the morning with you. Get out there and enjoy your Sunday. We are going to see a little bit of precipitation roll in. Make sure that you're prepared for that. Bring your umbrella, bring your light rain jacket with you. If you're getting out and about, make your way over to the Vail Farmers Market, where you can enjoy some great live music, some great vendors, some fabulous art, and then of course go get your hands on some of those wonderful Palisade peaches, because they are absolutely to die for right now. We're going to take one final look at that local weather forecast before sending you on your way for this fabulous Sunday. But get out there and enjoy your Sunday, everyone.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's